Hi guys, Nick Bosco, and I want to talk a little bit today about the potential fight between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. So, a little backstory. They fought once before, right? And Dustin has been mentioning that he's been wanting to fight Conor for some time. Conor, he just put out recently that he asked Dana White to fight Diego Sanchez back in February. He fought in January in Vegas. Then he said he wanted to fight Diego. Then he wanted to fight somebody else. He said he asked for Justin Gaethje. He wanted to fight in May. Then of course the coronavirus happened and there was no fights, and now he retired and he decided he's not going to fight. So he put those text messages between him and Dana White up, which, real or not, I don't know, but you know, they weren't flattering towards Dana. He was basically talking crap about his fighters and, you know, like saying like, oh, he kept calling Conor McGregor kid. So he kept saying like, oh, whatever you want, kid, like we'll make it happen, whatever. So obviously it shows that he is giving Conor whatever he wants, and he's kind of like talking bad about his other fighters, which is not cool. Anyway, so then he was saying Conor's lying, and then Conor was saying like whatever, like he was getting mad. So he was like, hey, Dustin Poirier, how about me and you have a fight, an MMA fight for charity outside the UFC? You know, we'll do, you know, my charity, his charity, the Good Fight, I think it's called. And Dustin was like, of course, yes, I accept, you know. It was like that. It was like 15 seconds, or you know, on Twitter it was like, how about we do this? Yeah, let's do this without the UFC. I'm good. I'm game. And then, you know, other fighters were like, yeah, I'll help out. Like Jorge Masvidal said, oh, I'll pitch in. I'll donate some money to this cause. I'll watch this fight. You know, a lot of people are interested. You know, some people are like, oh, I'll fight in your undercard, whatever. But the fact that they want to do this without the UFC is a little bit, you know, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think the UFC is going to let this kind of fight happen just for charity. They're calling it exhibition. So there's, as you know, saying it's an exhibition, they're trying to say like, oh, then they could do it without being under the UFC banner. Which I guess he technically could, because Conor has fought in some exhibition boxing matches like in his gym and stuff. But having to do an MMA bout with another UFC fighter without having the UFC involved at all is not really sure that's going to happen. But he could be putting himself in a position to make it happen in the UFC, you know, right? Like if they want to do this fight anyway, so why not just do it in the UFC? Maybe not this year, maybe, you know, next year, when maybe if hopefully fans can come back and stuff, he might be the next one. That being said, you know, Khabib is supposed to be fighting Justin Gaethje next month, and you know, Conor would most likely want to fight the winner of that fight. If it's Khabib, he sounds like he wants to fight him. I don't think Khabib wants to fight Conor. But if Justin Gaethje wins, it seems like Conor McGregor will most likely be the next one to get the shot at him, even though he probably hasn't fought. And if that fight happens, he won't be having fought in over a year. But that's the way it goes. So let me know what you guys think. You can either hit me up on Twitter, you can write in the comments or whatever. Tell me what you think about this situation. You think if it A, can happen, B, do you think the UFC is going to let it happen, and C, whatever, do you think it's going to happen? So let me know. Alright guys, thanks.